everyday hacker. You knew her as Sky. Then she evolved to Daisy. Then she became an Inhuman. Then she became an Inhuman underneath Hive's control. Now I think she's back. We'll find out over time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome one and only Chloe Bennet!
Hello. Is the entire city of Des Moines in here?
Nobody said no.
Yeah, I was like, yes! Hold on. Did I meet all of you guys today? No?
Yeah.
Is there someone I didn't meet today? I didn't meet all of you guys? You are here? Okay.
Well, maybe meet you after the panel now.
This chair feels, you guys might get a good video of me eating shit, because this chair feels very
Speaking of bodily functions, I heard you had a run-in with the pocket pet.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys see those little sugar bear things on the floor? Yeah, I held it and it peed on me twice. It like peed down my jacket. Pretty sure my arm still smells like sugar bear pee.
So everybody make sure to shake her hand.
Yeah. You would think it smells nice, like honey, but it doesn't.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for getting peed on this weekend.
That's why I came. That's why I come to Iowa.
So, if everybody agrees to put their phones down real quick, who dies this coming week on the show?
Well, let me tell you. I can't tell you. It's sad though. It's very sad.
Another incredible season, by the way. I've talked to Brett and Elizabeth, some of your cast members.
They're the worst.
And I've commended them, and I'll do the same for you. When the show first debuted, I thought the characters were going to be very black and white, very just straight characters. But in a
You thought wrong, my friend.
In a short amount of time, there has been an incredible amount of character arc for everybody, including yourself.
More character arc than most people in the movies, I'm gonna say it. Well, we've had 66 hours for, everyone here to get to know these characters, and the movies have only I don't know, anyone know? I don't know. So we've had a lot of, we're in your house every week, and you guys get to know these characters, and they've done a really good job of, it's unexpected. I feel like I'm playing a different character than I auditioned for. I mean, I literally am, because her name is Daisy now, so.
Dark Daisy is what's been nicknamed.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that.
Dark Daisy. I really enjoyed that character. A little surprised that it kind of already came to a conclusion.
Yeah, I hated it. I am so happy a lot of you that I met today are like, I'm only on season 2, which is pathetic. You guys come here and they're like, I don't have time. I'm like, you waited in line today to see me. How have you not seen it? You guys failed. If you didn't know, I'm gonna spoil it. I do get out of that, we call it s.h.i.e.l.d, under s.h.i.e.l.d. I hated being under s.h.i.e.l.d. It was the worst. It was bad to play bad, and I'm like...
Now, how did the rest of the cast react? 'Cause I know when Agent Ward, when Brett was revealed that he was a member of Hydra, a lot of cast members actually held that against him.
Yeah.
For a little bit. What about
I did. No, it was really sad. It felt like a death of Ward. Well, you get used to working with people every day, and you see them all the time, and when that happens that you won't be working with that person on a daily basis, and that's kind of sad. But also, it was, it's weird. I feel like I've been Daisy more than I have been Chloe in the past 3 years, because we shoot 10 months out of the year. We're at work at 5 in the morning, we leave at 9 at night, and you spend a lot of time as these people, so I'm very attached to Sky and Daisy, and then you become attached to the people that they're attached to, so. When I went bad, Ward he's too many people, whatever his name is. When he went bad, it was very sad.
And was there a cast reaction towards you?
Yeah. People, when that episode where we don't know who it is and we think it's Lincoln, and then there's that big switch. That was a little stressful for people, but I knew beforehand. They told me, because you know, when anything big happens with your character, they're like, Chloe, we'd like to see you in the office. And you go up and you're like, I'm fired. Oh my God, they're gonna kill me, or I'm bad. And so I went up and they told me, and I kind of just was like, what? What do you mean? So I'm bad now? What do you? But then I was excited because I got to work with Brett again, and we really didn't shoot one scene together almost the entire season 2. So it was nice to shoot a scene with Brett again.
Well, good to have you back on the right side.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for your patience. This gentleman was the first one up in line, sir.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you again? Awesome. What's up?
I had a quick question. Since basically Daisy is your breakout role,
Yeah.
where do you see yourself in like 15 years in the world of acting? And not necessarily like how are you going to shed this role, but would you like to do other serious stuff?
Yeah, I would, it's really fun getting to play Daisy, and it's going to be a sad day when I stop playing Daisy. But it'll be fun to move on and kind of explore different. I actually I started out as an actress to do comedy, so I never meant to do, now I fight and cry every day, so it's not necessarily what I wanted to do. But I love it, and so I would love to do, some sort of comedy stuff moving forward, or, Marvel and Disney, it's very mainstream, so whether it's some sort of indie film that's more gritty and that kind of thing, that would be fun to do as well. So, yeah, hopefully that. I would love to just be in Star Wars. So if we could make that happen, that'd be cool.
The very funny film franchise of Star Wars.
Star Wars. The comedy.
Hi again.
She drove here alone for 4 hours, and her family doesn't even know she's here, you guys.
No, my mom texted me.
Oh, she texted her. Now she knows. Now she knows.
Yeah, she was very happy. Okay, so one of my favorite relationship friendships of the show is Daisy and Gemma.
Yes.
Yes, my friend and I actually in Portland we dressed up. Portland was a road we dressed up as Gemma.
Yeah. Who are you?
Sky.
Yes, of course.
So I wanted to know, what is your favorite part of that relationship? And also, what do you think Daisy thinks of the Sims being a thing?
I think she's so down. I feel like off camera, so many girly conversations happen between Elizabeth, what's her name? Simmons and Daisy talking about boys. I feel like there's a whole other version of Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. where it's them just talking about what happens on Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. Yeah. I think she loves it. I bet they're like, how is Fitz in bed? They probably all talk about it, and they're like, oh my God, it was so fun. And it's great. Elizabeth's wonderful, and we've grown as these characters, and we were cast, and we were both very new, so it's been really fun to grow alongside and have, share this experience with a buddy. Thank you. Drive safe, young lady.
You mentioned that you feel like a good character now. When you signed on to the show, you were signed on to be the computer expert. And you didn't break it yet, season 2, you're going to have to learn to fight with command and everybody.
Yeah, they did, actually. So we've seen you run. You're going to need some training, because you can't run in a straight line. But I forgot when they started to imply when it was going to be, when I was going to probably change into a comic book character, an established comic book character. But they implied it at the end of season 1. They're like, so next season it's going to be sort of like an origin story for you. And they're like, we're going to put you through S.h.i.e.L.D. training for a week. And so that's not going to do anything. What's a week going to do? I'll just be sore after the first day and not be able to move. So in between season 1 and season 2, I put myself through training on my own time. So I did boxing and kickboxing and choreography for stunt training, a lot of exercising for about 6 weeks to to a month or so. And then I did the training when we got back to shooting. We were like, you're good. I was like, thank you. I've been training on my own. Because they said it was probably 6 months time gap, so I wanted to try and give myself as much as I could. So I could, you know, I like to do all my own stunts. And I do my own stunts, and unless they don't let me. So I just wanted to make it as real as possible, because you kind of walk different when you know how to do the physicality of all the fighting and stuff like that. So
Thank you.
yeah,
Wrong universe.
right. But she looks cute.
So when you first learned that you were going to be Daisy, along with the training aspect, like for fighting, how did you get into character, like in the comic versus like with your character?
What the differences between my comic book character and how did I get into character for Daisy rather than Sky? They didn't give me much time. So they told me that I was Daisy Johnson a day before I was Daisy Johnson. So they're like, so tomorrow you'll be Daisy Johnson, and then you're starting a new character. So I basically had a day to figure it out. Again, they came knocking on my trailer, and I opened my trailer door, and it's all of my bosses. And I was like, oh my God, I'm dead. Again, you just think you're dead all the time on the show. And so they kind of were like, well, do you want to take a guess as to who you think you are? Because every day for like a month, I'm like, am I She-Hulk? Am I Miss Marvel? And they're like, shut up, Chloe. Stop asking, you're not going to get it. And I actually went on blogs online, and you guys, someone was talking about it, someone's like, I think she's Daisy Johnson. And I saw that, and I looked at her origin story and everything, and I go, oh my God, I'm her. But I found that out like a month before they actually told me. So I had a feeling that it was Daisy Johnson. But then it was just about reading, you know, Secret Warriors and, you know, going and doing all the research and learning. But I also wanted to do something different and, you know, have my own TV version. She's a different origin story on the show. So it was pretty natural. I mean, it was fun. Just as Sky in her whole life, all she wanted to do was find out who she really was, and she does. And it's not necessarily what she expected, so it was fun to kind of deal with everything that goes along with that. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, with San Diego Comic-Con around the corner, have you been preparing for the potential of a sequel to the Dub Smash Wars? Because I think you could take Haley this time.
Well, Agent Carter did not get renewed, you guys, which is kind of a bummer. I know. I love Haley. She's actually doing another show, I believe, on ABC. But there is always the potential a civil Dub Smash War. You get it? This year. Within our show, which could be cool. We don't know who would win. It was really fun. It was just a way to cure boredom, to be honest, during the Comic-Con, and then it got really out of hand, and we were like all of a sudden using production money to build us wrecking balls. So I was like, what's happening? But yeah, you might see some of that. Keep an eye out.
Continuing on the cancellation note, Bobby and Hunter left the show this year to be a part of Marvel's Most Wanted, and that was not picked up.
No, it was not.
So, is there a chance? Do you want to see them come back into the cast?
Yeah, absolutely. I just don't, you know, that would be up to the writers to figure out how that works. I don't want to undermine, you know, that episode was such a beautiful moment when they left, and it might undermine the stakes of the show. But I'm sure if they did, they would find a great way to bring them back onto the show. Yeah.
Captain?
So how do you feel about the Sparky,
Lincoln?
Yeah. How do you feel about him being, like, disabled?
Like not able to use his power. Stuck? How do I feel about that? Well, now that Daisy is back at s.h.i.e.l.d. I think you'll see how she feels about that on Tuesday. Do you like Daisy and Lincoln together? You think they're cute? Yeah, they are cute. You kind of look like Luke, who plays Lincoln. You're like a mini Luke. You should dress up as him. Right? Alright.
A little heartbreaking.
If you could play any other character in the show, who would it be?
Ooh. Mac. He's so handsome. I just want to know what it's like to have his arm, like his biceps are actually the size of my head. And his skin is so soft. You're like, hi, nice to meet you. And it's like butter. He's so handsome. I just want to be him for a day. So Mac, thank you. Hi, Ken.
What do you hope to see for Daisy in the coming season?
Oh, I'm trying to answer that question without ruining what happens in the finale. You will see at the end of the season, this is so hard, that there are some big changes within a lot of the people on the show. I can't tell you whether or not I even survived this season, but if I were to, I'm sure things would be pretty crazy. I don't know what to say. I can't talk about it. I don't want to. There's probably like S.h.i.e.L.D. agents in these like weird.
Marvel will
things.
find her.
This is a really, really traumatic finale, so everyone will be different by the time that we finish the season? I don't know. Just watch on Tuesday, you guys, and bring a tissue box.
Tweet her that question after Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll answer that question to you on Tuesday, and we can talk about what happens then. There's gonna be a lot of conversations. I foresee a lot of gifs or gifs or whatever you guys call them, of crying. So I can't wait.
What's been your favorite character moment as Daisy?
Oh, there's been so many. There's like a couple really fun kind of classic comic book moments when me and Lincoln were out getting James, who plays Hellfire on the show. I had that moment where I quake the ground and all the landmines go up, and I was really excited about that because there's a lot of art of original Daisy Johnson quaking the ground, and I've never actually done that. But I think you'll see coming up, there's different uses. Daisy's powers start evolving in a really fun way, and I think there could be something cool in the finale. I was just gonna talk really high pitched, but I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Well, you kind of took my question about Bobby and Hunter. I was going to ask that, but my other one would be, you did some research into Secret Wars, you said, going into approaching Daisy. Are there any other Inhumans that you would like to see portrayed in the show that are not currently in?
Yeah, I really loved Yo-Yo. I actually thought maybe before I was Daisy Johnson that I was Yo-Yo, and I'm so stoked to have her come on, and Natalia is so wonderful, and I think her powers are so cool because she can go as fast and as far within a heartbeat, and there's something really poetic about that, and I like it. They're making their way. I mean, we have Hellfire, we have Yo-Yo. There's a couple that I'm not going to mention because we do end up getting some things that I've heard. But I'm kind of like ready for Steve Rogers to make an appearance on our show. I'd be okay with that. And like, where's Romanoff? Like, where are the Avengers? Or, you know, just Robert Downey Jr. as Robert Downey Jr. That would be really nice. Thank you.
Thanks.
I That is something I wanted to ask. If Hive was so dangerous to the world, why would
the Avengers not involved?
Right, yeah.
I don't know, people who make the movies at Marvel, why don't you acknowledge what happens on our show? Why don't you guys ask them that? They don't seem to care. Hey, Ray.
If you were able to take one item from a set, what would you take?
Lola. No one would even notice. Actually, she's not even been there in a really long time. What would I take? There's like a couple of little things from Coulson's office. It's filled with a lot of really cool, real knickknacks, and there's a cool record player in there, and there's a mini Lola that I like. There's a lot. There's a couch. There's one couch in the common area. It's where I go to sleep all the time while I'm on set when I'm tired. It's the best. So that couch. The brown leather couch, if you've ever seen it, it's the best. I try to sit down in it in every scene. They're like, you're fighting. And I'm like, maybe I could be fighting on the couch. Thank you.
If you could have one person from the Marvel Cinematic Universe on the show, who would it be?
Well, there's a lot that I would like to have. I wouldn't mind a little visit from Thor. Like, what if, like, Daisy had to date Thor? They're like, you have to date on the show and kiss. Just kidding, my boyfriend's standing right behind me. Hi, honey. I love you. He's on The Walking Dead. That would be a cool crossover, right, babe? Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
I was going to mention earlier, but I didn't know if I should acknowledge that.
No, he's right there. Say hi. Come on out. We actually met on the show. He played Miles. Yeah. Do you want to hang out up here for a second? Yeah. Oh, you don't have to. You can sit on the W. Is that case?
I'll just linger awkwardly in the background.
Just stand like a stalker. Yeah.
I just wanted to point out how paranoid your household must be. When you think every time the bosses visit you, you're dying off. You're on a show where characters die off all the time.
We get really nervous about it. Like our cleaning lady comes in, I'm like, show the script, hide the script. Like we have some pretty confidential stuff laying around the house. Oh, another chair, look at that. Come hang out, this is so fun. It's a couple panel.
I have the same problem. Our scripts have our names on every page, and if it's stolen or lost or somebody puts it on the internet, I'm gonna go to prison.
It's nerve-wracking for sure. Yeah.
Hello again.
Hey,
Who's your favorite person to work with on set and why?
Luke. Luke's just my best friend on the show. We have a lot of fun. We have a game that we play called Hide Our Phones from Each Other. That's so funny, guys. It sounds so fun. We just have a really good time, and Luke and Austin and Luke's wife Rebecca, who's actually on the originals, and we're all really good friends. So we hang out a lot outside of work. Our dogs love each other. They hump each other all the time. So it's a great relationship all around.
I call him Sparky also.
Yeah. We just have a really good time. It's fun. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
2 questions. One, I know that you have been interacting with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, you always get the shows coming in. Do you ever see you crossing over into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I would love that. The Marvel Cinematic Universe loves to pretend like everything's connected, but then they don't acknowledge our show at all. So I would love to do that, but they're not seeming to be so keen on that idea.
And is there at any point in time where you're going to be actually called Quake?
Oh.
Because we've heard Tremors and Amazing Skies, but we haven't.
They've been waiting to introduce that. I don't know, you might have to wait till Tuesday. You might see it then. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Where am I? I don't know. I'm in Iowa. Y'all don't talk like this. Okay. Thank you for your question. Hey. Hello. Is that what you're doing?
No, this is English.
Oh, could tell. Great. Hey, Wolverine.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
It was an Agents of Question show, but now he's out there.
Do a question for
By the
you.
way, I was just you're a very handsome Logan / Wolverine. You're a good-looking
You
man.
guys,
That means a lot coming from a good looking wife.
are you single? Do we have any single young ladies in here?
My wife will protest.
Just kidding. Comic-Con Tinder.
No, I do have a Agents of S.h.i.e.l.d. question. So just in the development of the character from Hacker Sky to Agent Sky, and then from Agent Sky to Evil Daisy to Good Daisy, what was the most difficult part of developing that character over the 3 seasons?
The bad Daisy was really hard for me, just because of how they explained it. It was a little, they're like, so you're under sway, and you're the same person, you have the same intentions, you have the same personality, but your intentions are different. So it's like being on drugs, but you're not acting like high, like you're on drugs, but your intentions are different. So it was a really weird concept to wrap my head around, because I'm like, I don't know what that means. So kind of understanding that in like a brainwashed sense, I guess. I like to think it was inhuman roofied. Like I was just roofied on inhuman heroin. Like there's no other way, because what you'll see moving forward is not only is there a psychological aftermath and damage to what happened under Sway, because Daisy, my favorite quality about her is that she's so empathetic, and for someone who is so empathetic towards other people and towards her actions to other people, realizing what she's done, she tried to kill Max, she choked Fitz, and she's responsible for a lot of death. That's so hard to deal with coming up, which is what you'll see on Tuesday. But also, there's an element of she was on drugs, so they kind of touched on the themes of addiction. So she's physically feeling shaky and tired and like coming off of some sort of drug. So that was really tough to play. I mean, the finale was definitely one of the hardest 2 hours of the show that I've had to shoot. It was very exhausting. I'm really happy to be on a break now.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi.
Hey, look at all these sexy people around here. You left your pants at home. I like it. Yes.
So one of my favorite relationships in the show is between you and Clark, right? The play that you have with each other and the fatherly love that he has towards you. But there's been a lot of comments from a lot of characters this past season going, she is not your daughter, you are not her father. How do you think that Daisy feels about that? Like, in that relationship?
It's interesting that so many people have said that. I don't think people who are closest to them, I mean, have they? Who said that? I guess a lot of people have said that, but not necessarily like Fitz or something. Yeah, it's like, May, calm down, May. Damn. No, I think they are who they are to each other. I mean, they don't have. He is the closest thing she has to a dad. I mean, she has a dad, but that relationship will be the most treasured of anyone else on the team, and of anyone I'm sure that she'll come across in a long time. I mean, they connect right away, and I think that also was written that way because Clark and I have such a great relationship, and we get each other, and it's really easy, and he's a leader on and off screen. He's a really good guy, and my family's in Chicago. I started the show when I was 20 years old, so he really was like he doesn't like when I say dad. I'll say cool uncle to me. He's a really good friend, and we've grown a lot. Our relationship has grown a lot, and we've had ups and downs, just like normal. It's been great. It's been wonderful. So I think people can say what they want, but we know what's true in our hearts.
That's awesome, and you can definitely see that relationship on screen.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you did. Thank you. Hey.
I was wondering, since you mentioned Chicago, and I'm from Chicago, but
Nice.
How was it for you to make that big move? And, you know.
Well, I actually moved to China first.
Oh yeah,
Bigger.
I saw that.
Yeah, and then from China I went to LA, so it was a little, it was like, tired. So it was good. I mean, LA is great. The weather is wonderful. It's not Chicago though. You know, I'm from the Midwest. It's nice, but it's where work is, and I've made my own little family in LA, so it's been nice.
But you don't miss the winter, so Chicago.
No. Christmas is enough. So I'm like,
Thank you.
thanks.
I think Chloe, you guys are fantastic, by the way.
Thanks.
Thank you.
No problem.
He's okay. Just kidding.
But my question is, if you each had a superpower, what would it be?
I'd want to breathe underwater.
Why is that?
I'd like to stay underwater indefinitely.
How do you, Chloe?
Because he knows I don't like the ocean. He's like, oh God, what would I be? I would want to not have to sit in traffic. That would be real. It's like whenever traffic happens. I would love, I'm not even kidding, I think about this like it could happen all the time, like too much. Because I just wish that I could think of being somewhere and then just being there. And like holding, like if I went like this, he could come with me. And I think of that like it could possibly happen all the time, because I hate flying so much, it's so annoying. But yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks for being here, by the way.
Thanks. I know.
You guys are awesome.
Isn't Austin so
You're awesome.
handsome, you guys? Do you guys watch The Walking Dead? Yeah. How did you guys like what happened there? No? There's a lot of death that we just can't talk about, huh?
That was a tough end. That was a tough end to the season, and to anybody who watches the show, I feel your pain. It's just as hard to be me and live through it in my weird way. It's like it's awful, and this man Negan who's shown up is just terrifying. I don't even want to read any scripts. I don't want to know anything. It's awful.
Yeah, it's rough. Hey.
So I was wondering, do you think Daisy's character has changed since the beginning of the season, and how has she changed?
Oh yeah. They've given me a lot to work with. I feel like I have to burp and it's not coming out. So if it happens while I'm talking, I'm sorry. She's changed a lot. I think you know her intentions going into the season was she's been searching her whole life to be a part of something bigger, probably because she had a gut feeling that she was a part of something bigger. And when she meets her parents, and then her mom tries to kill her, and then her dad kills her mom. There's a lot of things that happen. So she feels really protective over the over Inhumans and people turning into Inhumans. So she was really her number one goal is to protect and potentially make a team of secret warriors to protect others Inhumans and really nurture people who have gone through what she's gone through. I call it Inhuman puberty, because they're like, no, my body's changing, and they're all moody, like it's really emotional and it's like crazy, and they're so super dramatic about it. So, but then obviously things don't necessarily go as planned, and I think by the end of this season, so much happens in the finale on Tuesday that she'll be changed forever. Yeah. She'll be changed. She'll never be the same. Whether that means she'll never be the same like she's dead, or she'll never be the same like she's alive and someone she knows died. I don't know how to get around this end of this answer. But yeah, there's a lot of changing that happens, especially in the last 2 hours of the season, which is on Tuesday, you guys, so watch. Thanks.
Okay, now for a really different question.
Yeah.
In the show as computer expert, you're dealing with those high-tech S.h.i.e.L.D. computers and
really awkwardly and last minute is the answer. So he was on, we met on the
Actually,
show.
I did one episode. That's how Chloe and I met, and I had to do that on my first day or my second day.
It was your first day, it was the day before,
Yeah,
the scene
and
before we met. Yeah.
I basically just made up a bunch of shit with my hands. And then they put it in later, and it actually looked really good.
We had this guy, Colpack, who's the VFX, who's like, okay, so here's how you do it. So you really just do anything with your hands, and it will just put everything in, but make sure that you're definitive with your actions. So you basically, there's this one point in season 2 where I had like 50 S.h.i.e.L.D. agents, and I had a whole tech jargon speech, but I had to do the hologram work, which is the hardest, which is what you did right over the table. This was like full body hologram, so there's nothing there, and you know, you have to be like, okay, they say look at this point, at this point, at some point during your thing. So you're literally just like this. You're like, and I'll never forget it because I had to do it so many times, so it was like, on our mission to Australia, we hacked a military satellite network. Using that, we ran a multi-graphic, topographic scan of the Earth running miles deep throughout the oceanic crust. Like, that's what I had to do. Anyway, that was an actual line that I still remember because I had to run it for like 3 weeks to understand what I was saying. But you just touch nothing, and then they put it in afterwards, and it looks really cool, but it's definitely not easy.
Okay, so that looking at it, they match the projection to your gestures.
Yeah. So you'll see a lot in the first season where someone's like looking at something and you go like this, and you grab it, and then you're looking at it like this, and then it's like, oh, here you go. And then you take it, and then you can put it back. You gotta open it wider. That's a lot of that happens. And then they actually wrote in the first season, do you remember that scene? Coulson and Ward trying to work the hologram machine, which is one of my favorite. Oh my god, I still have to burp. Someone's gonna burp me. It's one of my favorite scenes because they're trying to like. They wrote it because of how ridiculous it is, kind of. So they're trying to like open it and it keeps closing and like keep it open. Go rewatch that scene. It's really funny.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you. Hey.
Hi. So what is it like playing Daisy, knowing that she's the first woman in MCU with powers?
It's really cool. It was really fun to find out that I was going to be the first female superhero with powers and the first one, you know, in the TV world. And also, I'm half Chinese, which is cool for, you know, any young girls who are different and feel like they can't be on TV because of the color of their skin or because of where they're from. And so I was really inspired by that because I grew up thinking I couldn't be on TV unless I had blonde hair and blue eyes. So it was really exciting for me to be able to kind of be one of the first, you know, people to do that. And it's cool. Like, I never thought I'd be able to get to do this. It's fun. And I have 6 brothers, and I never wanted to be a Disney princess growing up. I always wanted to be a superhero, and to get to actually do that is really fun. And I love seeing young girls. My favorite is meeting young girls and dressed as Thor, and things are changing. You know, it's cool to see girls want to kick ass. I like it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is a little different. We all see Clark Gray dressed like Britney Spears. Any chance of you challenging anybody to sing off?
Oh, God, that was so, you saw so much of his legs. It was amazing. No. No, we sing a lot on set. Me and Henry, actually, around Christmas time, who plays Mac, we sing a lot of Christmas carols on set. He has a very good voice. Ian, who plays Fitz, also has a really good voice, and he won't sing, but he does. Yeah, and Clark has the dance moves. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi. Disregarding anything that happens in the finale that would be like horrible, what would you like to see out of Fitzsimmons and a Daisy making a double date?
So cute. God, but when they do, they like. I just like to see them just normal, right? Like go to the movies and like have dinner. they would never be able to agree on a movie though, for sure, right? Like I feel like Fitz would be like, no, we can't go see that. And Simmons and I would want to go see like Mother's Day, and they, I don't know. Maybe like a theme park, roller coaster. I feel like Fitz would hate roller coasters, right? He'd be like, no. It'd be fun. What do you think?
That's a great question.
What if Maggie and Glenn could double date with like?
Well, I don't particularly like the question because I wasn't invited on the date.
Yes. The ideal double date would be with you. But we actually do go to movies all the time. Like we double date in real life all the time. So we go to movies a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. And we drink. Hey.
Hi. I have a question. Now that Daisy's back and she kind of already had maybe some confidence issues with leading Secret Warriors, do you think that that's going to maybe continue, or do you think she'll draw from the strength that Yo-Yo and Mac has? They're like, you just have to have faith.
How do I answer this question? Yeah, I kind of liked how, I didn't know, I'm going to kind of try and steer away from the finale question, but what I liked about her kind of stepping into a leadership position was that she, I didn't know how uncomfortable, or not uncomfortable, how it wasn't naturally coming to me as an actress to play her super confident, which I liked. She's still the youngest person on the team, and I am the youngest actress on the show, so there's definitely something different about being the youngest person who's also leading people who are older than her. So there's like a line where it was kind of uncomfortable, and she kind of was getting her sea legs, to being a leader. But again, like the finale, so much happens. Daisy is drastically different. By the end of it, who knows what that means? Drastically different could mean dead. She's drastically different by the end of the finale, and it'll affect her leadership skills. You can't lead when you're dead. You're just dead. In the future. So ask me on Twitter after the finale, and I'll get back to it. Thank you.
Okay, so I don't know if you can answer this or if you know the plan for this, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that the Inhumans movie was canceled or postponed.
I saw something about that. I don't know.
So
they don't tell me anything.
My question would be is if that was because Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. was focusing so much on the Inhumans, and maybe we might see the royal family like Black Bolt, Medusa, Crystal, and the show.
That'd be sick, right? I don't know. I don't know whether it's because of the show, because obviously it's a huge part of our show now, so I don't know if that's because they don't like that, or I don't know. They don't tell me anything. But good question, we'll see. We'll find out together, Steve.
How do you feel your character can inspire young girls?
Oh gosh, I just think that Daisy is so strong. I get asked this question a lot. I get asked, what's it like to play such a strong female character? And I don't like that question. Yours is not that question, but I don't like that question because you would never see Clark or Henry or Brett or Luke get asked, what is it like to play such a strong male character? What I love about Daisy is that she's strong and empathetic and kind and really intelligent, and she doesn't matter what sex she is. But I also love that she's her strength isn't in because she can lift things and fight and because she's a badass. Her strength is really her empathy to me and how she's able to feel for people on such a deep level. And to me, that's strength. And I want women to feel strong in their femininity and what, you know, not society's idea of what strong means as a man. You know, there's been a couple of directors who have been like, well, we just want it to be a little less emotional. We want it to be strong, and I'm not a big fan of that because I feel like being emotional is strength, you know, and that's strong in its own way. And there's different versions of what strong means, and I want young girls to, you know, see that, and also know that you can beat the boys up if you want. Thanks. We can answer these questions.
I would like to know if you could change TV shows with your boyfriend, would you?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Wait, what? Wait, I didn't hear what?
Change TV shows.
Switch? So you go on The Walking Dead and I go on
I would love to be on The Walking Dead.
Okay, we'll talk to our boss.
Yeah, they're shooting right now. I actually should ask if I could just be a zombie. If they put me in zombie makeup.
We can make that happen.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
That would be so
You have to go to zombie school. We actually have a zombie school. I don't know if some of you know that, but I could probably get you past that. You might not have to go to zombie school.
I can do it. I actually watched The Walking Dead before you. Remember?
Yes.
I did. I love that show. But now it's cool because I've been, you know, I work on a set and you think that, oh, because I'm an actress and but I went to The Walking Dead set and I was like, oh my God, there's Rick. Like I just can't even contain myself. It's great. Oh my God,
Not
that's
Spencer,
awesome.
Rick, yeah. Daryl, yeah.
You got Daryl, right? Yeah, I like him too. In person too, oh my gosh.
Well, so far, this whole panel's been about Thor, Rick, Daryl, Steve, Roger.
Oh, come on, he's so handsome. He's more handsome than all of them, right? Yeah. It's true, honey. Thank you.
You talked about, you know, having to worry about the writers killing you off. Are you and your castmates attempt to bribe the writers to stay for
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hi, I'm funny, like me.
Yeah.
I'm really nice, keep me around.
Take them to dinner. I'm just kidding. No, I kind of just, it's gonna happen whether or not they like you or not. It's you know, it's pushing story forward.
I could be wrong about this, but in Chloe's show might be different, but I feel like our writers really have a bead on things way in the future, and it's probably because of the comics. Even though they don't always stick to them, I think they have a really far-reaching plan. And I've worked with a lot of people on television that don't. They're like winging it, which is sometimes scary.
I think they might wing it on our show, which works. It works. Just linked that way. Who sees this? Not a lot of people. It works. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Bribery doesn't work as well anymore these days. But good question. Hello, Belle.
Hello. Okay, so Belle is a bookish person, and I will be an official librarian in August. So,
Wow. That's cool.
Congrats.
Give it up. I like that. I've never seen someone so excited to be a librarian. How cute is she?
So my question is, if you could choose any book character and play them on the screen, who would you choose?
Wow, Hermione. Oh my God. Yeah, I wrote to they already were making Harry Potter movies, and I wrote to I think it was Warner Brothers, and I was like, please let me be Hermione. But they were already making the movies, so it made no sense. But I actually really got into acting a lot because of how much I loved Harry Potter. What about you?
That's so hard. It's such a hard question. I have so many favorite books.
Ron.
What?
Ron.
Ron.
Ron from Harry Potter.
No.
then we could be together.
Centuries of brilliant literature I could choose from here. No offense, I'm not going to go with something that came out like in the last decade or two.
Oh my God, know your audience, honey. What would you choose?
Jay Gatsby.
Okay. Well, fine. You don't want to be with me, because Ron and Hermione end up, because they...
Okay,
You know what
let's
I
do
mean?
it.
So exciting. Good question.
Hello.
Hey.
My question would be if Marvel would finally acknowledge Agents of S.h.i.e.l.D.
Right.
You talk about like what people you want on your show. What movie would you want to be in? Like star finally, like you face something as Thanos or make an appearance as Spider-Man.
I would, what? Deadpool. They're not our property. But I would love to be in Deadpool. I would love to be in Deadpool. That was my favorite Marvel movie. Civil War was good too. Which Marvel movie in our properties would I want to be in? I would love to shoot with Robert Downey Jr. I'd be so scared because he's so intimidating as an actor, and I'm sure he riffs, and I'd probably be like, But it's fun. What would be the most fun is what you don't see is, especially for the big movies and the big fight sequences, so much of that stuff is in air. And so Chris Hemsworth is probably just running with a hammer like, there's nothing. I would just love to be there. Because that's so much of what we do. Like, they're like, okay, so there's a big monster coming towards you and he's blue and you gotta use your earthquake powers to lift him and then throw him, and then you're gonna start crying while looking at this piece of tape. So much happens and nothing is happening. So actually you just look like a crazy person, and I would like to see them look like crazy people, right? What would you do?
Well, I started thinking in another direction. Did you guys like The Vision? Yeah. I did a movie a long time ago with Paul Bettany.
Have you guys seen Wimbledon?
Except it was
the tennis movie.
It was me and Paul Bettany playing tennis. So I'd like to remake that except playing against The Vision.
That'd be great. He could fly.
So I'm
He
really
would
good.
fuck you up.
I
No,
just
no,
lose
he's really
again.
good at tennis.
I lost and I'm gonna lose again.
No, you wouldn't. You would beat The Vision. Right?
Okay, my question is both of you.
You're the last one, so
Make
you're
it
gonna
good.
make it really good.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
You know what's weird? It's not the first time I got asked that question. Someone asked me that in Chicago, but I like it.
I feel like a Chicago dog is a sandwich, though.
I'm gonna say, what did I say last time? What do you think, babe? I'm gonna say, no.
I'm gonna say a hot dog is a burrito.
Yeah. It was born a sandwich, but identifies as a burrito. Thank you guys so much.
Head back to the show floor, get your autographs, get your photos. Thank you, Austin, for your appearance. Des Moines, let's hear Boston and Cleveland!